what progress you made on your case. Call the reads.
Jeanette Boyd, Nathan Boyd, Jacob Burchett, Jeffrey Collins, Robert Gearhart.
All right, Jeanette Boyd is 2024-82. And you've been amended reads and still are. Looks like we got a report coming. As the client. Okay, it's a good report. You've done your community service. You have to pay your fines. You have a payment on your fine today?
Yep,
How much are you paying?
30.
I'll set your next hearing for September the 18th. See the clerk.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're up. Nathan Boyd,
Yes, sir.
21-13-31, 20-24-34. Report from Southern. Okay. Based on one of the things it says here is you missed a screening, so I'm going to worry you to do a screening today. So go do a screening and come back after that's done.
Okay.
Okay, Jacob Burchett is here, 22-12-62, 21-15-81, 20-14-47. And now you have, your case is going to the grand jury there on the other one, all right? Okay. Have you done anything on, he's done some community service, 18 hours since the last hearing. Do you have a payment on your fines?
Yes, sir.
How much are you paying?
200.
I'll set your next hearing for September the 11th, 9 o'clock. See the clerk. To continue with your community service. Over Gearhart, this year.
Your Honor, we do not have a report from Mr. Gearhart. Between last court and this court, he has successfully completed our outpatient program.
Okay.
I can get a certificate of completion sent to Mr. Major. I just do not have one on hand. I have not yet received it from his counselor.
All right, very good. Can you pay anything on your fines today, Mr. Gearhart?
I paid 50 last week.
Yes, August 4th. I'll set your next hearing for September 25th.
Thanks, sir.
You're welcome. Jeffrey Collins was called for, has not appeared.
Jeffrey Collins is on.
Okay, he's on the screen. Okay, he's appearing by teleconference. 19304. $19,1082. 15606. Okay, there's still 2 hours of community service left to do. He did do 12 hours since the last hearing.
He was here when he was ordered to be.
Okay, very good. Where are you today, Mr. Collins? Can you hear me, Mr. Collins? Apparently not. Okay, Jeffrey Collins. He's not responding. The microphones are open. All right, Mr. Collins, you need to call in the court because I'm trying to do your hearing and you're not responding. So,
Your Honor, it may be something with our stuff. This morning when I played the video, our speakers was wrong. So that may be something with ours. Mr. Mayor, had to put in the extra speakers this morning.
okay, well, I'm going to pass it for now because we can't do a hearing without
Okay.
sound.
Jennifer Losi, Melanie Neese, Kaylin Rhodes, Patrick Shanahan, Jessica Thomas.
Jennifer Losi,
Yes, Your Honor.
220262. Done some community service since your last hearing. Your fines are paid. Okay, you've got a couple more days of community service to do, it looks like.
Your Honor, if I may, she turned it in this morning,
Okay.
her up on community service.
Okay, you were ordered to complete the 3-day driver intervention program. I don't think that's been done, has it?
I didn't know about it.
Yeah, that's required on a first offense and it's in your entry. So, get with Mr. Major. The closest one now is in Souda County. And that looks like the only thing you've got left to do. I'll set your next hearing, since you've done everything but that, I'll give you a couple months to get it finished. So I'll set it for October 16th. Any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
I think I may have fixed it, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Collins, can you hear me now? On mine, it's showing the microphones are open.
Right now, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Collins, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, there we go. All right, this is your review hearing, case numbers 19304, 191082, 15606. Do you have a payment on your funds?
I'll pay today, I'll be prepared today for the payment.
Where are you now? Where are you now?
I'm at work,
Where are you working?
over in Ashland.
Who do you work for?
I work for Leisure, I am, folks, I've started a new job, new construction now, so.
Okay, you still have fines to pay, so how much are you going to pay by 4 o'clock today?
I'll pay 40.
Okay, I'll put you down for that. Your next hearing is September the 11th.
Thank you. How much community service do I have with this, sir?
2 days.
All right, I'll get that done too as well. What did you say my date was?
September 11th.
All right, thanks, sir.
You're welcome. Melanie Neese. Melanie Neese is 08315. Called for, has failed to appear, and still has community service left to do. So do a bench warrant. Kaylin Rhodes, 21834. Okay, you still have community service and fines left to pay.
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have a payment today?
Yes, $30.
Okay, and you also have to do the driver intervention program. You understand that?
Yes, I was going to ask about that. When this all started, like 2 years ago, I had a driving privileges, and I didn't know if that only lasted 6 months or if,
Yeah, that only lasted while your case was pending. After the case is over, then you got to get your license reinstated.
okay,
So you'll have to contact the B&B about that, about getting, they'll have a reinstatement fee, and I don't know what other, they may require you to show proof of insurance also.
Okay.
That's up to them, what they want to reinstate you. But the suspension is over.
okay. So,
Your suspension from this court, anyway, they may have suspended you for something else, but the court hasn't suspended you. You were suspended for 6 months, that's over. So, all right, you have to do the 3-day program and pay off your fines and do your community service. When can you do community service?
I nanny a little girl, a 4-year-old full-time. The only day I don't have her is sometimes Saturdays and Sundays. She lives with me full-time because her dad works out of town. So the only days I can possibly do it is pretty much Saturdays.
That's fine. Saturday?
Your Honor, at the dog pound, they work on Sundays also.
Okay. If you want to do a day at the dog pound, you can do that on a Sunday. Okay, get it done. Your next hearing is going to be September 11th, 9 o'clock. Patrick Shanahan. Has done some community service since the last hearing. Okay, it's a good report. Are you still involved with the CAO?
No, sir. No.
Okay, are you working now, or?
No, I'm actually looking for full-time employment.
Okay. All right, you still have 2 days of community service and some fines to pay. Do you have a payment on your fine?
I got $10.
Okay. See the clerk. When can you do community service?
I can do it this weekend.
Saturday?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. Mr. Cooper will be looking for you then.
All right.
September the 18th will be your next hearing.
September the 18th?
Yes, sir.
All right, thank you.
You are. Jessica Thomas, 230072. Is that Mahogany? Okay, it's a good report. Can you pay something on your fines today?
I get paid on Friday, and I can pay $150 on Friday.
Okay, and you also have 3-day school you have to do and community service.
Okay. Do I have to do the 3-day school? I thought it said,
You're correct. If you finish treatment and get a completion certificate, then I did say I would waive the 3-day school. So that
Okay.
is correct.
okay,
So we don't have that yet, you're still in progress. Okay, but you still have to do the community service. You got 5 days community service, complete your treatment, and pay the fines.
okay. I am taking a week off in September where I'm working 2 jobs. I'm working 7 days a week right now, but I'm taking a week off from both jobs. I want to say it's the 3rd week of September to do my community service that week.
Okay, I'll set you for September 25th, so by then we should know how much community service you've done.
Okay.
September 25th, 9 o'clock, be your next hearing.
Nathan Boyd, Jeffrey Trout, Robert Myers Jr., Gregory Webb, Mark Wells, and Tina Wells.
Okay, well, this is not good, Mr. Boyd. Nathan Boyd, is 21331. Have you seen it?
I'm not.
So what do you say, Mr. Boyd?
I apologize, sir. I put myself in a situation that I shouldn't have. There wasn't any excuse for it, though.
Well, what's...
It definitely won't happen
what's the
again.
treatment plan? Do we need to revise it, or what?
There hasn't really been a whole lot of compliance from my understanding since he's been there. We've just kind of not discharged him in favor of court. I know last time I was here, last time he had court, we were recommending that they were recommending him to do inpatient just because this is the second time he's failed for both of those things.
Okay. What do you say, Mr. Boyd?
I mean, sir, if you could please give me another chance. I work out of town and I can't really afford to lose my job. I was supposed to leave again today, but I'm skipping this trip so I can get caught up on some more community service.
Well, that's not really the big concern right now.
I understand, sir.
And the big red flag was you were missing screenings.
That's the first one he's had in about a month.
Yeah, I've been gone for about a month. I've been in Pennsylvania and Massachusetts.
With our outpatient program, we require them to do a couple groups a week, one counseling session and one screen a week, and that's been the problem. We've been he's not compliant with our program just on the screening and group basis, because he'll miss a group or he'll not screen for a month, and our outpatient requires him to do all 3 of those things every week. We've been recommending.
Sir, can you take your client out in the lobby, please?
We've been prepared to discharge him for a while. We just, like I said, we have not in favor of the court.
Take him out in the lobby, I said.
I apologize, Your Honor, we're done.
No, go out in the lobby right now
Yes, sir.
with your client. That's your client.
The only issue has been where my license are still suspended. I can't drive back in from out of town every week. I've been doing the video groups, whenever I'm not at work, but I mean, if there's any way that I, just make it to where I can get back in town every week, is there any way that I can do that?
Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go talk and you come back with a plan. Jeffrey Trout. All right, Jeffrey Trout was called for, did not appear. The bench warrant. Robert Byers. 22-21-20. Are you working now, Mr. Byers?
Yeah, through CAO.
Are you in that recovery to work program?
Yes.
Okay. All right, well, it's a good report with some concern about you transitioning back to
Yeah,
the same environment you were in before, so that's a big
yeah.
problem, or could be.
I think honestly, that's why I've kept just dragging my feet.
Okay. You've got community service and fines and costs to do too.
Yeah, I've got $80 to pay on my fines.
Okay, when can you do community service?
As soon as, I'll talk to John, my boss with the place I'm at, and see, because right now, I didn't know the dog pound even offered Sunday, but I'm off on Sundays.
Okay, get that done. Next hearing is September 11th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome. Greg Webb is not here. It's been coming pretty consistently. Greg Webb. Bench warrant for failure here. Mark Wells is here. 2014, 17, 1273, 05, 2169. Do you have a payment today, Mr. Wells?
Yeah, $10.
Okay. See the clerk. Set your next hearing for September 8th.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Tina Wells.
Yes, sir.
14-12-76 and 13-688. Community service is all done, you just have to pay off fines. You have a payment today.
No, sir, I'm just gonna continue doing community service to pay on the fines.
Okay? When you gonna be back out?
Saturday.
All right, Mr. Cooper's got you down. September 11th is your next hearing.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. That finishes reviews, except for Mr. Boyd, so we'll call him after they come up with a plan for treatment. So the next hearings are called arraignments. If you're here for that, it means you're either missed a hearing on an old case or you have a new case filed against you. The purpose of this hearing is to tell you what the charges are, to set bond, to take a plea if it's a misdemeanor. If you're charged with a felony, you can't plead at the first hearing. You have a right to remain silent. You don't have to make statements. If you choose to make a statement, it can be used against you if you admit something about your case. You have a right to have an attorney, to have one appointed for you if you can't afford one, to have bail, and to make the state prove charges beyond a reasonable doubt. If you enter a guilty plea or no contest plea, you're waiving your rights as a defendant. You shouldn't do that if you don't understand the proceedings, if you want to talk to a lawyer, or if you want a trial on your case. Any of those reasons, you should enter a not guilty plea. Not guilty is always the safest plea you can enter. So if you don't know what to do, enter a not guilty plea. Call the first case.
State of Ohio versus Michael Hay, case number TRC 23-1044, A and B.
All right, this is Mr. DeWaters' case. We need Mr. DeWater in the courtroom. Mr. DeWater, do you waive a reading?
Yes, Your Honor, would waive reading of the complaint, enter not guilty plea for today.
All right, and how's the state going to proceed on this? Is it going to remain as a third, or how you want to charge this?
It's a third in 10 years with a refusal and an additional within 20, I believe. So it's got a substantial potential penalty. I think 120 days is the minimum.
So a third in the look-back period and with a refusal with a prior in 20 years is a maximum penalty of 1 year jail, $2,750 fine, a 10-year license suspension, forfeiture of the vehicle if registered to the defendant. Those are the maximums. So
I'm going over that with Mr. Hay, Judge.
all right. Was the vehicle titled to him? Or?
Yes, it was. It was wrecked, but and there's a lien against it, but it was titled to him, yes.
All right. So he's appeared. Any objection to no R bond?
Your Honor, in order for us to agree to no R bond, we would also like Mr. Hayes' commitment that he's going to check himself back in with the VA and avail himself to whatever services. I know they're well familiar with him.
Mr. Hay doesn't have any objection to that, Your Honor. May we approach for just a second?
Yes. Okay. All right. That's fine. He's impatient. All right. I'll set a $2,000 signature bond with the condition that he seek, which I understand from counsel, he's already in the process of doing that. seeking help with the VA, which they have very good facilities and good resources. So I want him to be cooperative with that. So I understand he's going to be perhaps going to an inpatient facility.
Yeah, it looks like it, Judge, yes.
So what I want to do is set this for another hearing on the 14th, but he is excused from being here as long as he's in inpatient facility then. Mr. Delauder is going to be here regardless, so we'll just set it for hearing. It'll be a status hearing just to make sure as to what's happening with that.
Yes, sir.
I'll set it as a pretrial at 10 a.m. Anything else?
That's all for today, Judge.
Okay. Next hearing, August 14th, 10 a.m.
Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Victoria Stinson, case number TRC 23-1056 A and B.
Hey, ma'am, are you Victoria Stinson?
Yes, sir.
Ms. Stinson, it's alleged that August the 2nd at 9:32 p.m. in Union Township, you were driving a vehicle while you were under the influence of alcohol, that you tested on a breath test 108. We'll just call it 10. That's easier to understand. And it's alleged to be your first time that you've never been convicted. This will be your first offense if you were convicted. On a first offense, the maximum is 6 months in jail, $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. The minimum is what I can't go below if you're found guilty on a first offense. 3 days in a treatment program, $375 fine, 6-month license suspension. That's the minimum penalty. Now on the breath test, there's some numbers I want to explain to you about that. There's a per se level under Ohio law that is 0.8, so we'll just drop that first decimal point. It's called 8. So if you test 8 or higher on a breath test, there can be a presumption of impairment due to the fact you tested 8 or higher. To get the presumption, the state of Ohio has to show compliance with the rules for giving the test. The machine has to be properly calibrated, and that has to come into evidence before the presumption attaches to the test score. But they're saying you tested 10, more than 10, almost 11. I understand that? Yes?
Yeah.
You're also charged with failure to control your vehicle. That's a minor misdemeanor. Maximum penalty is $150 fine. So those are the two charges. Do you understand them?
Yes, sir.
Do you understand the rights you have?
Yes, sir.
How do you plead to this charge?
Not guilty.
Do you want a lawyer appointed to represent you?
Yes.
Do you have a job?
Yes, I do.
What do you do?
I'm a healthcare worker.
Are you paid by the hour?
Yes.
How much per hour?
I make 15 an hour.
How much?
15.
15. Do you have family you're supporting?
My granddaughter I take care of.
Are you working 40 hours a week?
Absolutely not. 30, maybe 30.
30, okay. You're
If
eligible.
that.
You're eligible for court-appointed counsel then. And I'll appoint Mr. Stratton. Your lawyer's here, so we'll get him in here so you can meet him and talk and decide how you're going to go forward. I'm entering a not guilty plea for you. This is Mr. Stratton. This is Victoria Stinson. First offense OVI with a breath test. She can sign a $1,000 signature bond.
Just sign that right there.
Do you have any dates coming up, Mr. Stratton, that you're unavailable?
Yeah, the 28th is a bad day, so I have a trial. I actually have 2 scheduled that day, so one of them's going to go, so.
Okay. Well, let's go into September.
Okay.
Any dates in September?
No, September's pretty clear, Your Honor.
Okay. September 1st.
Yes.
It's a Friday. September 1st will be the next hearing.
All right, thank you, Your Honor.
Be a pretrial at 10 o'clock. Not guilty plea is entered.
Thank you.
Thank you.
State of Ohio versus Lonnie McDonald Jr., case number CRB 235, A and B.
And you're Lonnie McDonald Jr.?
Yes.
Mr. McDonald, you had a hearing on the last Monday, the 31st.
Yes.
Okay, you've paid off your fines.
Yes.
Now, the only thing I don't have proof of in the file, looks like you were referred to Bethesda for some counseling. Did that happen?
Yes.
Yeah, he completed services.
Okay. Can we get, I don't know that I have a letter on that. Can we get a letter?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. All right, sir, you are completed. Your case is concluded.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Jeremy Alexander, case number TRC 21, 1967, A and B.
This was set for a hearing back in July 28th, for a review on an OBI. And it's alleged that you missed that hearing, Mr. Alexander. Do you admit or deny that?
I admit that, sir. I went out of town for, my boss was taking us out of town for work. I left July 5th, just got back Saturday.
Okay, you did finish the driver intervention program. And
Yes,
you
sir.
paid off your fines. You have community services.
Yes, and now I have my license. I'll be able to make it down here and do that
Okay, so when will you be here for community service?
Saturday.
All right.
And I can go to the dog pounds on Sunday, correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right, we'll be looking for you Saturday. Your next hearing is going to be September the 18th. If you finish everything by then, you don't have to come back for that hearing. September 18th, 9 o'clock.
Thank you, Yarn.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus David A. Jackson, case number TRD 13896, TRD 13752, A and B.
All right, you're David Jackson.
Yes, sir.
It's alleged you missed a hearing May 3rd and got a warrant because of it. It looks like you got arrested over the weekend, had to post a bond.
Yes,
Is that correct?
Yes.
You admit or deny you missed your hearing?
Yes, I did.
Do you have an explanation for that?
I originally thought I had already taken care of it, but yeah, I missed something somewhere.
Yeah, I'm showing, in one case you hadn't paid anything, on the other you paid some, but not all of it. Do you dispute that, or?
No.
Okay.
I have $100 to pay today.
All right, see the clerk. I'll set this for a sentencing hearing because you have a bond up now for September the 18th at 10 o'clock. Once you've paid it off, you don't have to come back. But now if you miss a hearing, you know Mr. Sowers is going to come pick you up and take you to jail.
Yes, sir. September 18th.
September 18th, 10 o'clock is your next hearing. See the clerk to make the payment.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Griffin D. Lewis, case number CRB 23469.
Sir, you Griffin D. Lewis?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Lewis, it's alleged that at Fayette Township on August the 4th of this year, you purposely tried to deprive Walmart of property without their consent. It's a theft charge. Maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,000 fine. You understand this charge?
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand your rights?
Yes, Your Honor.
How do you plead to this charge?
I plead guilty.
Guilty means you're admitting the charge is true, and by doing that, you waive the rights to have a trial and to have a lawyer.
Yes, Your Honor.
You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. My standard on this, when shoplifting, is to order urine screens, because I get a lot of people testing dirty on shoplifting charges. So I want you to go do a urine screen. After you do that, and I get the results, you'll come back and we'll decide what your sentence should be. So go with Mr. Cooper to do a urine screen.
State of Ohio versus Denise D. Faulkner, case number TRC 21-1532, A and B.
Okay, and you called, said you were sick Friday, and you said you would be here today, and you are here, so that's
Yes, sir.
good. You did already make a payment.
Yes, sir. Is there any way I can say something? I work the midnight shift at Walmart. I'm working like 45 to 50 hours a week. So I'm looking for another job because it's just too much trying to, be compliant with my treatment. But I just don't have anybody to help me, I just can't be homeless.
Okay, so what's going on? Looks like you were dismissed from RRS back in June. Are you getting counseling anywhere now?
Yeah, I knew it was helping me. I did all of my like phone interviews or whatever it was. I'm supposed to do counseling. But where I work the midnight shift, it's just hard trying to stay up, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm looking for another job. I just don't have anybody to help me
You're living where?
in Proctorville, right behind the police station.
And where do you go to anew? Where do you go to?
She does it over the telephone, and then I go right here at Chesapeake. But last month, my car broke down, and I had to borrow the money to fix it.
Okay. Well, I want you to do a urine screen today, and then we'll come back out and I'll decide how we're going to go forward after that. So go do a urine screen.
State of Ohio versus James C. Jones, case number TRC 23-536. James C. Jones.
Okay, I have this down as a pretrial, right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
We are ready to start pre-trial.
All right, need Mr. Cremines in the courtroom for a pretrial. James Jones.
He's here.
James Jones, come into court.
Your Honor, I filed discovery in this matter, but I think with the changeover, it's kind of fallen through and I haven't gotten the video yet. So I think we'll need another day.
Mr. Hill.
We would be pleased to provide that if it hasn't already been. We sent a link to their email. And I would ask Mr. Cremines to get with Missy in my office, and it's a matter of sending a link to his email.
Yeah. I received the answer that was formally filed, but I don't think we ever received the video link. So we were requesting that.
When you want to come back?
September 1st, Your Honor.
Time waiver.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, with the time waiver, case is set for September 1st for pretrial, 10 o'clock.
And one final thing, Your Honor, just so that it's on record. As part of the initial paperwork, Mr. Jones's car was towed and then clubbed at his home. I believe, and I'll double check it today, but I believe that time frame that it was supposed to be clubbed has long been up. And so I can, if the court's okay with that, I can tender an entry to the court to remove it, Mr. Hill.
90 days is the time, so this is the 7th of August, the stop is on the 8th of May, so is 90 days today or tomorrow or?
Yesterday.
Yesterday. So if that's the case, then I guess that provision has been complied with.
Right. Tender and entry, if Mr. Field approves it, I'll execute it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
September 1st is the next hearing.
Okay, 10 o'clock.
Yes.
State of Ohio versus Leah Maynard, case number TRC 23671, A and B.
This is Mr. Kermaine's case for pre-trial.
Likewise, Your Honor, discovery's been filed. I haven't received an answer yet on it.
Same date you want, September 1st?
Same date, Your Honor.
Time waiver?
Yes, Your Honor.
September 1st, pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Matthew Smith, case number TRC 23691, A and B.
Smith is Mr. Kermaine's case.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, I have received discovery in this. I've had an opportunity to review the video and discuss this with my client. There are a few medical concerns that may be of relevance to the case that we'd like to explore and provide some documentation to the state on. So if we could also set this for September 1st to allow time to get that documentation.
Defendant's request, case is continued September 1st with a time waiver for pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus William J. Wilburn, case number TRC 23272, A, B, and C.
Pre-trial motion to suppress.
Correct, Your Honor. I spoke with Mr. Heald prior to court today about this matter. There is a very limited potential issue for suppression in this matter that would be limited only to the stop. However, there's a little bit more discovery that I want to provide to Mr. Heald, as well as some potential case law on that as well, because we may be able to resolve it without the motion that way. But it's going to require a little additional research to make that happen.
Okay, do you want to keep the same date?
That'd be fine, Your Honor.
So have we gotten you everything that you need?
Yes.
All right, September 1st, and I'm going to keep it as a pre-trial motion.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Have you filed the motion? Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay, and then you got those two.
State of Ohio versus Clarence Mahan, case number CRB 20988 and PRD 21187.
Mr. Smith's case for pre-trial.
It is, Judge. He had a couple domestics. We resolved a couple with the 90-day continuance. This one is from, it's a 20 CRB number. Apparently, the complaining party is still interested in proceeding and is telling the victim's advocate she's insisting on jail time. So I think we're going to wind up in a trial, but I'd like one more pre-trial if we could.
He's got a case from 2021 that he hasn't done anything on.
Your Honor, if I may, he turned community service in last week.
Okay.
Yes. And he had a couple we put on a 90-day continuance that expire in October of this year. And he does have this one from 2020, CRB 988. If we could come back maybe a couple, 3 weeks for a pre-trial and then pick a trial date, then I would like to work a little more with the prosecutor, if that's okay.
Okay, well then, you turned in all the community
No,
service?
it's not, I don't believe it's finished. I'll have to check.
If we could give a date where he can get that, you got to get that done.
And he has fines.
fines.
And then the 3 days can be shut.
You've got more according to Josh. He's talking about Josh to get done. He'll tell you.
It may be finished, I'll have to go check.
Just when you leave, make sure you
Well,
talk.
nothing's been paid on the fines and court costs.
You gotta work this off for payment.
Okay. So I agreed to work off 5 days for, on fines.
Judge, I'm here the 18th or 25th, and then first 2 weeks of September are terrible for me. I could do the 30th, 18th, 25th.
August 25th is a good day.
Is that okay? Okay.
August 25th on both cases for
I'm going to
pre-trial.
encourage you to either start working those off or make payments, and you will see Josh freely, right?
Yes, I can make payments Friday. Guy I work for passed away Thursday, and I couldn't get a paycheck this week.
Or Josh will work with you just before you leave.
Which day?
25th at 10 o'clock, August 25th, 10 o'clock. Come back in and have that done. Hopefully you get this one. All right, we'll see you there. Thank you, Judge.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Schuyler R. Higginbotham, case number TRC 23-936, A, B, C, and D.
Mr. Smith's case for pre-trial.
Here, Judge, I spoke with him, oh, he's right behind me, golly. Snuck up on me.
Oh, yeah.
Judge, he works on the barge. I got the body cam video this weekend. I've not had a chance to go through it with him. I'd like to set a pre-trial. I have the discovery, but he's going to go back on the barge. We would waive time. Looks like the September 18th is a good date, and we'll waive time so we can go back on the barge.
All right, defendant's request, cases continue to September 18 with a time waiver.
Yes, sir. We'll waive time.
Pre-trial, 10 o'clock.
Thank you, Judge.
State of Ohio recalls Denise Faulkner, case number TRC 21-1532, A and B.
Okay. Well, I know you say you've got scripts for this. Have you got those with you today?
No, I do not.
So I'm assuming the buprenorphine you're getting from Anu.
Yeah,
What about the other?
the Adderall, I get it from the new Neurontin, and the THC, I don't. I did fill for that. And the benzo, I don't. I know I messed up, but I'm willing to, if you give me a chance, I'll fix everything. I just have to get away from the midnight job.
Well, and you're living in Proctorville?
Yes, sir.
Where in Proctorville?
Right behind the police station, in the apartments.
Is home, there was somebody here from hometown. Okay, I want you to talk with her, because that's right there in Proctorville, right? So
Yeah,
I think we need to switch things up.
okay.
And take this, give it to the counselor. I want you to go talk and then come
Okay.
back. We'll decide how we're going to proceed.
State of Ohio recalls Griffin D. Lewis, case number CRB 23469.
Okay, do you have a prescription for this medication?
I do.
You have it with you?
No, I didn't know that I would be drug test.
Okay.
But it's through Kroger Pharmacy and it's prescribed by Ashland Children's Clinic.
Okay, where are you living now?
I live on 1121 Court Street in Worthington, Kentucky.
What were you doing in this area?
I had previously been going, well, I'm a student at Marshall,
Okay.
and I had gone to the Office of Financial Aid that morning.
So you're living in this area then for school?
Well, no, Worthington is right, It's about 10 minutes down the road from Ashland.
Oh, okay.
So I commute, sir.
Okay, well, what I'm going to do, I'm going to delay your sentencing then for you to bring in the script. So I want to see that. And how long do you think it'll take you to get that?
I could get it today from the pharmacy if that would be all right, or...
Yeah, well, I'm not going to have you back today.
Okay.
When does school start?
In about 2 weeks, I believe, on the 21st.
So we got some time to get that done. Let's set it for the 18th.
Of this month, sir?
Yes.
What day of the week is that?
Friday.
Okay, that's fine, then I should...
You can be here then?
Yes, I work, but I believe I have that day off.
Okay. August the 18th for sentencing. Making a note that you will be bringing a prescription in with you.
Yes.
And that's going to be at 10 o'clock. We'll let you sign a signature bond of $1,000. Accepted your guilty plea. So you're signing a piece of paper that just says, I promise to come to court when I'm ordered to, or if I don't show up, I get a warrant and I have to pay $1,000 as a penalty. So just come to court when you're supposed to. You won't have to post any money.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Do you have any questions?
I don't believe so. Thank you.
Be back here August the 18th with your script.
All right. So would that be like a doctor's note or just a history from my pharmacy?
Either one. I'll take, if you have something from the pharmacy showing you got a prescription, or a doctor's medical record.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
State of Ohio versus Cornelia G. Montgomery, case number CRB 23445, A and B.
This is on pre-trial. You want to approach?
Yes, sir.
I don't know if you've seen that. Have you seen that document?
Approach, Your Honor.
Yes. Megan, can you approach the bench, please?
Yes, Your Honor.
Have you seen this?
Yes.
Okay. And so you're interested in keeping it on? Okay. This case will be recalled later in the docket.